Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Darla Lucian of Darla Lucian Studios, and we are working on our winter journal, part 8. Sometimes these journals take a little bit of time, don't they? I do love working on this journal though. There is so many pretty parts to it. But before we get going, if I could ask you to hit the like button. Have you been liking this series? I really hope you have. If you're wanting to get the series, definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell, because then it will let you know when the next videos are up. I usually post my videos about 10 a.m. Mondays to Fridays. Comment. Definitely let me know what you're working on, what you like about this, if you have any suggestions or comments. Have you tried any of the things that I've been working on? I would love to hear from you. I love having a conversation with you. I've been enjoying the conversations we've been having so far. And definitely hit share. Share with people who also want to have some inspiration and get crafting. All right. So let's get started. So last time I was working on some different kinds of tags and pockets, and I think we're gonna, you remember that one? So I think we're just gonna scoot over to this one here. So this one had was the library pocket, and we had already put this little kind of bookmarky thing in there, and we've glued this one down like this, so it's actually a tuck spot, not a pocket itself. And I had put in this Sharpie bit of packaging, and I thought that that one could work really good. And so I glued it. Remember how I had goofed up on this coffee paper? So I thought I'll use it for backing. So let's give this one a little snip, and then the coffee dyed side will be the part that people can journal on, and then this side, the ratty side right now, that's going to be the side that we decorate and will be the front of the tag. So I'm just cutting out the paper. Oh, I should have, that's all right. It'll be fine. Okay. I'm just going to trim up this side. Oh, I didn't have it as lined up as I thought I did. There's a little strip there. Okay. I'm just going to move this off to the side for a minute so we've got some room to work. Okay. So then what I was thinking, like the reason I put this in is because it had silver. And we'll talk to you about that while I am using my Cutter Bee blade by EK Success to get this out of here. Oops, that is not what I was hoping for. So reason I picked this one, sorry, I'm just kind of distracted by my very bad cutting here. I liked the silver, and I liked the stars and the swirls. I thought it really went with our wintry kind of theme. And so I was thinking, what can we do so that we're keeping some of that? And see, look, that's going to be great for journaling. And yet, like this part and this red part, I'm not a big fan, right? So what I was thinking is, what if we just collaged over parts of it? Like, you know, do bits along here. Maybe some of the darker stuff would be better. Even. You know, we can come in here with one of these things maybe. Okay, well, first things first, I really like this darker bit along here, so I'm going to tear, and we're going to glue this down straight edge to straight edge like that. That's giving me something to work with right there. I'm already liking it. Do you guys take this long when you do a journal? I don't know. Sometimes I like to do lots and lots of details, and then other times I just need it to be quick. Like my January journal. If you haven't seen my goals video, it is very, very simple because I didn't need it to be super fancy. It was just for me. I wanted it to be so that I could have a lot of writing space. I'm not planning on needing to tuck a whole bunch of stuff in there right now. Okay, I'm actually going to glue on here. Just see what I can get. Nope. And so I just had it very, very simply done. And then the idea would be that, like, mostly for writing. But some of these journals, like this one, you know, can be for surprises and tucks and, you know, receipts and tickets and all different kinds of things. I mean, people are still attending stuff, at least online, if nothing else. I want it to be a little more narrow on this side. And it's fun to have little spots where you have little surprises for a person. You know, when you give a journal to somebody, it's nice for it not to just be kind of face value, but that there's more to it kind of thing. At least that's how I feel about it. Maybe I should save some of this cutting for the end, but I don't mind trimming it as I go either. Either way works. All right. Let's see. So I kind of wouldn't mind some of the silver showing up here, because we do have silver. So then what does that look like? Do I have enough silver showing here? Kind of like that. This one's too angled. Try straightening it a little. Now I've done too much. Now I see the black. Now it's going to drive me crazy. Crap. Let's see. What about this one? Maybe this one. Let's try again. Okay. So it's not big enough either. Not that way and not that way once I had the stuff off. Okay. Well, I like the word beautiful showing up there. What if I cut it this time so that I don't tear it too small? Wouldn't that be sucky? Okay, where's that spot? Right there, I think. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what I've done this time. Is it going to fit? Yes. In fact, it could even be a little skosh smaller. See? Better to cut small pieces off than to have it too, you know, too much. Okay, so what's going to happen is, to cover this red bit, I'm going to be covering that. So I am going to take beautiful right off of here, and I am going to use it as a word that I use lower down, because I really like how this looks. Just as a, like right up there. Great, and I'll have to cut out the tags ribbon spot later, like the hole, but we'll let it dry on here first before we go there. How do we do? Not bad, not bad at all. Okay. Yeah, I like that. and goes right there nicely. So I would want something kind of popping out in that space there. Let's see what we got from our collage bits that have been left over. That maybe some of that, which is a bit darker. We're looking more for the darker pieces, I think. There's even just some plain. I mean, might work. Let's see. Just the dark side of that. I'm just kind of pillaging through here. I always kind of have a tray of the bits and pieces, and I collect from when I cut off when I'm working on the pages, right? And I keep them because they're going to match perfectly because they're from the set of pages that you were working on. And so, I mean, if I find other things that I think will go too, then obviously I tuck those in as well. But generally speaking, these are bits and snips and slices off, all from the same papers. Oh, here's a smaller strip of that one. Different shape strip, I guess I should say. Okay. And here's some of this light blue. I don't know if I'll need light blue. Does it disappear on the light blue a little bit, right? I don't know, the darker. That I think is going to work more to make it stand out more. Yeah. That I like a lot. Okay. Now what I could do is I could make it go all the way across, or because I like the idea of the triangle, maybe we'll do that. We'll just kind of do a triangle shape. I'm going to use the tag itself to help me with my straight cut. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to do not quite the same size, but close-ish. Or I'm going to do it pretty much the same size. Okay. Changeable. All right. Because I like the blank space too around where to make the silver stand out more. If that makes any sense. Okay, but I definitely want this on before whatever I'm putting down here. So let's give that some more thought. Let's see. You could put some of this. Alright. I'm going to let some of the raw edge from the tag show as well, because I like how this is sun faded. And I kind of want to make sure I don't have to cut that part off. There. Yeah, like that. Okay. And then here, what if we did kind of around a little? Did that work? Like that and like that. I think so. I think I'm happy with that. Alright. just line that up to the top. Good. And then this one wants to flip over for some unknown reason. Okay. Right there, so that's going to be on there. Good. And then I think I want to come over the edge here. So let's ink this one. That'll help give it a little more definition. There, kind of like that. Alright, so I want something more right there. So what do we have a little bit of? I have a little bit of this. Not quite big enough. Some of this. Sort of a straight edge there. Go alongside. Sure, I like that. Perfect. Alright, so our word is a bit of a, oops. Our word is a bit of a focal point here, but we might want something else on here as well. Let's see. Her. Kind of like how it touches on both sides there. So I'm going to, yeah, she is the right one, I think. How it anchors her across, as if she's standing on that branch in the middle of the tree. But I'm kind of going to go down to the 1/3 mark on there, so that it just kind of creates some interest there. All right. Now, last thing to do is to cut this part open. So I am just going to slide my collage bits off to the side here for a sec. Where's my cutter? I love collaging. I find it very, very therapeutic and relaxing. Cutting is not as therapeutic, apparently. I can't seem to do this without leaving little gaps or whatever, so I always use a little sanding paper, like sandpaper, kind of rolled up in a tube shape in there to just finish off the edges. In fact, I should probably just show you what I mean. And that way you don't have all these little bits that are just hanging around here. Okay, this is certainly not my best work, but it will do. And sometimes you can like use the knife itself and just kind of smooth the edge a little, but let's see. Where did I put my sandpaper? There. So if you have kind of like a spot that's kind of just rolled up a little bit, so I actually have it just kind of folded over, and you can kind of get into those spots and just smooth them out. Usually they're in a corner for me, so that makes it, I'm trying to show you, it's very awkward for me to sand and show you, however. Just getting in there. There's one little hanger on there. Alright, you're gone. Alright, and then, actually, I'll just take a piece off and roll it like I was saying, like like in a tube, because you want it to be small so that it can fit in the curves. And so I can shove this right in there and get right in that curve. There, see, now that looks so much better. Just gets those little hangers on. You know how if you're doing a modeling kit and you know the places where they're attached, how it has like just those little pieces and you just have to use a little bit of sandpaper to file them off where the attachments were. It's the same kind of an idea. It just seems like there's just spots where you just can't quite roll your knife around as smoothly as you wish. Or at least I can't. Maybe you guys are better with your knife cutting, with your X-Acto knife cutting. Maybe I haven't used it enough yet to be a dab hand at it. But how nice is that? Now, what in the world happened to that little piece of, here it is. There. It's not the perfect color for this. But I think I'm going to put it in half so that I can do a double strand. So that way there's a little bit to it, because it is soft like angel hair. Newborn baby's hair. Just lovely. Okay, so then make the loop. Open the loop. No, that's opening the two bits apart. That's not going to be helpful. Okay, there we go. There's my loop. Times 2. Tuck the ends. Tuck the ends through. See what we got happening here. I got my loop. I got one end that doesn't want to go in. There's always one, hey? In every crowd. Alright, so let's count 4 before I start pulling. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, good. Hang on to those and give it a yank. There. See? That looks cute. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to go in on this page right here. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Okay. So then the other one I wanted to work on today was this one. Okay, I don't want to lose that little piece of sandpaper because now that I have it all curled up perfectly to get in a tag, it might as well be used for that. Okay. So this one I did glue that ribbon back down properly there. So that ribbon just slides over top. I like how that looks. Like that. So then I thought we needed a couple more tags. So I had some other thoughts. So the first thought, let's do this one first, I guess, was to use this piece that we had cut the last time. And we never used it because it was just a little bit too wide for the pocket that we were going to put it in. But I thought it will fit in here just fine. So first things first, I want to turn it into a tag. So let's just do like that. And then match it on the other side to make matching corners. You have to turn it upside down to get the right part there. Okay, so we need, I think, a hole punch at the top, fairly even in the center. Okay. Okay. So, I'm scooting this off to the side again because we're working on a tag as opposed to working right in the book. Always nice to have space to work. So these are the pieces I thought were going to look good on here. So first things first, I'll just attach some of this across the bottom, I was thinking. Like that. And then do the same thing at the top. actually, change of plan. Let's do that on this side, but let's put the coffee dye paper on this first. And that way it will tie the front and the back together nicely. Where is my coffee dye paper now? It's kind of gotten buried in this whole cluttery bit. There we go. So just trimming that up, and then we'll punch that hole too, because I mean, after all, here we are. Okay. Alright, so on this side, let's put a little strip of this. Make it go up and down. Let's make it go up and down. So I'm definitely going to need a little more glue on here then, because I didn't go long enough thinking that direction. Okay. I'll straighten that out a little. Okay. There, and that way you can have kind of like a title page as well. Like a title, sorry, not a page, a title line, like a header kind of. And then there we go. Nice. Alright, then on this side, I was thinking about putting this like so. And we'll cover up those numbers, the paint chip numbers, which I didn't want on there. Good. And then this little guy. It should be good, I think. Let's just see. This tag came together quite a bit faster than I thought it might. Okay. There we go. Alright, so then let's just thread the ribbon through. You guys, I'm filming. Can you be a little quieter, please? We're going to go front to back here. On this one. Open up my loop. You know, I'm going to give myself a little bit bigger loop because this is a wider ribbon. And then tuck the ends through. Or not. Come back here, you. Okay. All right. Better use my fabric scissors for this. There. Okay. Well, I like how that turned out a lot. So that's good. So let's go tuck that into our journal pocket. Right behind, right there. Perfect. All right. And so then I thought, what if we put another one of those little mini pockets on the front? Something like that, I was thinking. And then I started playing around, and I came up with all different kinds of fun ideas. So let's see if it's all going to come together for me. So I was going to put that like that. And then you see that I put a hole there. Well, that's because I came across some of these little doodads, and I thought that this would be fun to put on. These are little brads that have picture frames from them. You remember that little lady that we had? I was thinking that she would look great backed like that with the picture frame. And then hanging from our little pocket. So, all that to say, I think what I'll do is I'll start with this little guy, figure out how big we need this. We're going to need it just slightly smaller than, let's see, what about, I'm going to draw the lines, and then I'm going to need to be just slightly inside of those lines. Not a huge amount, but just enough so that I can tack it to the frame, right? How do we do? Is that going to work? This backside yellow sure would not work in this journal at all, but the polka dot is very nice. Okay, we're going to need to trim this just a little bit more. I hope I didn't trim it too much now. No, that still works. Okay, good. All right, so now looking at this side, doesn't that look cute already with just the polka dots in there? Okay. So I'm going to try trimming it just a little closer to her face and her hand here. I can barely breathe trying to cut this close. All right. Okay, so there she is. Is that about right for the headroom? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to glue her on the paper, and then I'm going to cut her body off. There we go. Okay, so then which way should we do it? Should we glue down? Nope. Oh, that coming out is actually probably handier. Okay, let's glue on the frame. And then set the picture on it. I think that's the only way to do this. Wow, so much glue on here. Is it hanging over the bottom? A little. Let's see if I can scoot it up just a bit. Yep. Nice thing about tacky glue, hey? There we go. That looks better. Okay. So now, once this dries just a bit, we find that big hole, have our brad go through, and then put our brad through on this one. And then open our brad up. Unfortunately, this one has already been opened, so that is going to be easy, I think. But maybe let's turn it this way. I like to try to make my brads as flat as I possibly can since it's in a journal. Alright, and then we're going to attach this down as a little tiny pocket. This is part of the paint chip part that was cut off of the card, the journaling tag that we just made. So it will coordinate. Lovely. All right. So right there. No, you've got to stay stuck down. All right, so tacky glue. So we're just going to be here for a minute. Okay, why is this so weird? Oh, please tell me that this is on okay. All right, so it's going to swing a little, I guess. Which is fine. I mean, that's what I was expecting for it. Okay, so then I was thinking we need something on here. I wonder if one of our words would work. Or is it too big? It's a bit big. The other thing we could do is put her on there. That could be fun too. Maybe a little too much. The flower. I think that's, you know what? That's a little pale even. What if we put one of these on here? Silvery. Maybe that's too big. Maybe put a couple of these other smaller ones. Let's see. Only the one sheet? Really? Goodness, usually it's two. Boy, that was pricey. Alright, so first of all, I like this stuff. So, scoot over there, you. Come across the bottom. Oh boy. It's kind of staticky, so it doesn't want to stay particularly. Okay. So I'm going to try to get this back on here so I can use it again. Okay, good. Oh man, I just have little bits of glue coming right off of me. Okay, and then, let's see. Let's do a grouping of 3 over here. So, let's try this one. This little guy. And then one of these ones that has a nice center on it. Right there. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so then I was thinking in this pocket we could tuck a ticket or 2. This is, before I stretch that out, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. This is a part of a Kleenex box tab, so I need to address the back here. There is some bits that unfolding the box created some tears and things, so I'm just going to sand those smooth. But I like the wood grainy look on this side. And since this is shiny, because you know how Kleenex boxes are shiny on the outside, we're going to have to use some tacky glue on this one. I just kind of wanted to make this ticket look a little more roughed up, I guess. I'm going to ink it a bit. And then what? We can put something on here maybe. Maybe one of the flowers? One of the smaller flowers, yeah. I think that could work. Well, let's give it a try. Let's find out. You just never know until you try, right? Alright. So what's that going to look like on there? Well, that's going to look like it wants to hang off a little, which, you know, I'm okay with trying that out. But definitely ink it. Okay. I have some words that I had grabbed. That could be Sunday morning. On Sunday morning does not fit. But winter ride is kind of fun. Winter ride. You like that? What if I do it this way? Take off some of this extra yellow. It's kind of fun. Still need something else. Well, I do have these little bits here right by my desk. Maybe we need to put this blue behind. A little piece of the blue. I like the snowflake. Maybe the snowflake does it more than the flower. Turn it that way so that the snowflake is more apparent. Is it going to be more apparent once I get this flower on? Yes. There, I think we're happy with this now. Alright, so let's see if we can try gluing this down. Okay, so I don't want this too far off. I'm going to put it there. And then this guy covers the line at the bottom, but with just a slight angle. And then our rose, winter rose, we need a little more glue. There we go. Alright, so then let's just take off some of this extra. You know what, I'm okay with it like that. Okay. Now, let's see how they look in the pocket. Tuck one in. Oh, and I'm glad I didn't use a poinsettia because it's on this other ticket. There. Like that. Or should we go like that and have the surprise come out? I like it better with the surprise coming out. Okay, there we go. Well, I am so happy with how we got those 2 pages done. I hope you were crafting along with me, and let's just see you in the next video. Thank you so much for coming along. Take care, everyone.